guys, so welcome back to yet another video on our YouTube channel. So in this video we will talk about LMIA and frequently asked questions by most of you guys will try to answer. Okay Ankur, so can you please tell our audience about the basic information regarding LMIA?
Hello everybody. So as you know, LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment.
Yeah.
This is a document which means a job offer approved by the government, means Service Canada. So employer submits the application that we need to hire this foreign worker, and Service Canada issues the LMIA after doing their due diligence.
Okay. And what all the types of LMIA?
So there are about 7 types of LMIAs, which includes agriculture stream, seasonal agriculture stream, high wage, low wage, express entry, caregiver, GTS, global talent stream. So these are the different types of LMIAs, can be used for different purposes.
Okay, for example, like this is the most basic question that I usually see on a daily basis. So let's say if the person came here as a student and then got postgraduate work permit and his work permit is about to expire and waiting for the CRS, because as current scenario CRS is going like up and up. So their work permit is about to expire but their employer is ready to give them the LMIA. So what kind of LMIA should they go for?
So depending upon their designation at the work.
Okay.
So that can be low wage LMIA, high wage LMIA, or the express entry stream one.
Okay.
So in express entry stream, we can always opt for LMIA which is without the work permit, or we can also include the work permit application one as well.
Okay, so is there any charges to Service Canada that we need to pay for that?
So if we are opting for just the express entry, that means just the 50 points, there are no charges. In other applications, there are $1,000 Service Canada's fees.
So basically, you're talking about the dual intent one.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And can you tell me like how the process varies? Like usual process. Is there any ads? If there is any ad, like what portals we need to post down?
So to get the LMI approved, we first need to run the advertisement for at least 30 days. That means employer is willing to hire some Canadian first before opting for the foreign worker. So they need to advertise that vacancy on 3 different portals, and the most important one is Job Bank.
Yes.
That is a government portal. And the other 2 can be any 2 other websites which are related to the job postings.
Okay, and can you tell them about current processing time of the LMI application?
So if we talk about today, the processing time is very, very lengthy.
Okay.
So it is taking about 4 to 6 months. If we are going for this express entry or high wage, low wage, but if we are opting for the caregiver LMI, that is quicker, but that does not give you 50 points because that is NOC C LMIA.
Okay, so not every kind of LMIA is going to give you 50 points.
So only the LMIAs which the designation falls for NOC O, A, B, or now you can say tier 0, 1, 2, 3. If any LMIA is apart from these NOCs, that does not give you 50 points.
Okay, and nowadays people mostly ask for 200 points LMIA as well. So is it easy to get it or?
Okay, so the 200 points LMI, that is usually for the higher officials in the company. That means CEO, CFO. But looking at the current employers, if we talk about any restaurant where they have 2-3 people working on the payroll, I don't think even if you were an officer, you will issue the CEO's position to that restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it is easy where the company is big and company has huge revenues, and you can prove that you actually need that person in the company.
Okay, okay. And overseas, like if talking about that, like we usually get calls like, okay, is there as usually it is needed, right? Is it important for them, and is there any kind of LMIA where AL is not required or something for overseas people?
Okay, so when we start the advertisement, we put the advertisement this way that what are the education requirements for this job vacancy, what is the English requirement.
Okay.
Supposingly, we say that we do not need any English for this position, but that position is again tier 0, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So you'll have to differentiate. LMI is issued to the employer, whereas work permit is issued to the employee.
Again, right, yeah.
So in terms of LMIA officers, the Service Canada officers, they do not know what is the profile of the applicant.
Yes.
But when we go to the IRCC to get the work permit, at that point his profile gets assessed, whether not he will be able to do that duty or no. So in that case, if he has to communicate in English while performing that job, and he does not have any IELTS or PT, his work permit may be declined.
True.
So if we are looking at NOC CD positions, say agriculture or any helper, warehouse helper or truck loaders, this kind of positions, these kind of positions does not usually require English exam.
Okay, so technically getting the LMIA doesn't mean you already get the work permit.
Definitely not. So LMIA is a job offer issued by Service Canada. Work permit is a document or visa which is issued by IRCC.
Okay, and can you tell me about usually when we apply for the LMIA to Service Canada, right? Employers usually get interviews.
Okay, so nowadays there are hardly any interviews for the employers.
Oh.
They are approving because system keeps changing every day.
Mm-hmm.
But according to my experience, these days there are no interviews. Their LMI is getting approved on the basis of just the documents.
Okay.
Okay. In our case, being a consultant, if there is any kind of interview, we tell the employer that interview is going to come and this kind of questions may be asked. What are the questions? What do you think?
About the revenue of their company, stuff like that.
So, officer is concerned whether you actually need that person in your company. Is the position legitimate, or you're just doing it for the sake of doing it?
Okay.
So they want to know that where did you advertise, how many people did you interview, why did you choose this foreign worker, what kind of perks are you going to offer? So this kind of questions will be there. But we do prepare our employers in our case.
Okay, so recently, as we heard about the LMIA validity changes, right? So many people call us about knowing the validity because I think nowadays it's 6 months and they feel like the 50 points they can claim only until then, or how they should.
That's right.
Go for it.
So they can only claim 50 points for 6 months as long as they have not filed their work permit on the basis of their LMIA. So say, if we are talking about single intent LMIA, which is for 6 months,
Yes.
but does not give you any work permit,
True.
right? So those 50 points can only be claimed for 6 months. After that LMIA expires, your 50 point expires. In other case where we are opting for dual intent LMIA, LMIA validity is 6 months, but that LMIA gives you work permit for 1 year, 2 years or 3 years. In that case, your 50 points are valid until your work permit is valid.
Okay, I got it. And in some cases, we file the LMIA, we submit the application to Service Canada with the name of the candidate that we hired. But in some cases, when people come at a time about the pre-approved ones, they usually, and even some employers reach out to us about the pre-approved ones, right? So is there okay to file to submit for any kind of LMIA so without the name, or there should be the name always?
So yeah, most of the people, they just know pre-approved one, right? They do not want to wait for 5-6 months. What is pre-approved LMIA in that case? In that case, if employer has the position, he has done his part, that he has submitted the application, advertised, but he could not find any foreign worker or Canadian citizen PR at the time of the application. But he tells the officer of Service Canada that I will find and I will get the name added in that application.
Okay,
so that is called pre-approved LMI, that he has the LMI, employer has the LMI, but he does not have the employee with whom he is offering the job.
So in that scenario, it's not going to be a PR supportive, because for PR supportive, we will know who's the candidate.
No, so 50 points and work permit will be there in high wage or low wage application.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if you're getting those 50 points for PR or you're not claiming those 50 points, you can claim both in that case.
Okay,
So-
then that has to be high wage or low wage. It's not going to be PR supportive.
That is right.
Right?
So high wage or low wage will be for 50 points and work permit. In other case,
Yeah.
so in express entry 1, we can claim 50 points and work permit too, but we cannot change the name. That is never pre-approved LMIA.
Okay. Okay. And can you tell about, like, like I've read, if we are going for a caregiver LMIA, then a visitor person cannot get the caregiver LMIA. Is it?
Okay, so you may have heard that recent news about home caregiver child pilot program, that somebody with 6 months
Because,
of
yeah.
experience. So we are getting a lot of calls for that.
Yeah. So that's why I called even Service Canada as well, just to know, like.
Right. So caregiver 1 is NOC C, right? So
Yes.
we cannot claim 50 points. First of all,
Mhm.
we can get work permit on the basis of that LMIA.
Mhm.
And what was your question again? Sorry.
So if the visitor is asking for the
Yeah.
caregiver LMIAs, for example, they have the prior experience or the prior studies related to the same, and they have the employer as well who's ready to give them the LMIA. But my question is, like, Service Canada, when I called them, they said, like, if the visitor person is asking for or going for this kind of LMIA, they cannot directly, unless and until they're on study
That is
permit.
correct. So in case of caregivers, they have to be on study permit or work permit to be eligible to get that kind of work permit inside Canada.
Okay.
So any visitor cannot
Mhm.
get his work permit as a caregiver inside Canada. That's the rule.
There's one more question I have. So let's say I'm the candidate, right? And I have an employer. My LMIA application is already submitted to Service Canada, and I'm waiting for the approval. But my work permit is about to expire. So in that scenario, can I apply for the work permit, LMIA based work permit?
Yes, you can. So the hard truth is LMI processing time is already
That's
4 to 6 months, a long time, long wait to get LMI approved. In the meantime, your work permit is expiring. In that case, you can apply for work permit extension. You can put your LMI based work permit application, and you can explain to the officer that this is my application number, which is already in process with Service Canada.
Yeah.
And officers will usually wait for 60 days to give the decision on that particular application, and they will wait for the LMIA from you.
Okay. Okay. So it's fine without the LMIA. I can submit my LMIA based work permit application.
Correct.
Okay.
And there is no misrepresentation in that case.
That's a relief. But anyways, yeah. These were all my questions. And if you need to add something for our audience, then definitely you can go ahead.
So guys, if you have any particular type of question related to LMIA, you know where to call. We are Spike Immigration in Mississauga, and we have been working since last 15 years. We are expert in this field, so you do not do any such thing where you are not expert and you will spoil your application. Thank you.
And one more thing I like to add up. So guys, when you call asking about do you have LMIA, so please specify about your profile and what kind of LMIA as per your experience or your expertise you're looking for. So if you mention these kind of things, it would be a lot easier for us to discuss and explain it to you, like what kind of LMIA you can get. And basically the main thing is the work permit. LMIA you can get, but again, like what about the work permit here, right?
Yeah, so they should have at least 1 year of prior experience in the similar kind of field, in case if they want to get the work permit approved.
So yeah.
LMIA is given to the employer. Officer is not bothered who's the applicant, but IRCC officers are bothered. What's your profile? If you will be able to do those duties mentioned in the LMIA, mentioned in the job letter. If he thinks that you cannot do it, your work permit application will be denied.
So So yeah, be mindful of that, and we'll be back with another video. And if you have any questions related to whatever we have discussed, and some more questions that we just missed, so you can definitely call us. Like we'll write our number in the description, and you can also follow our Instagram page, Spike Imi. So yeah,
The same one is on YouTube.
the same. Yeah. Okay.
So thank
and
you guys.
don't forget to
Like and subscribe and share, I think.
Yes.
Thank
Share.
you.